up high. Birds fly over the rain. Welcome everybody. Welcome to an episode of Coffee with Wes. I am Wes, and this is my coffee. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you are having a good one. I hope you are finding the positive energy that you need and we all need to make it through another work week. It is Monday. Is it November 4th? It is Monday, November 4th. I am having my motivational coffee to get things going. I'm enjoying some smooth, bold coffee today. It's going to be a good one. Oh, look out there. Look out there. Oh, the people are look. Terp of the Nern. Is it Nern to you, bud? Man, you and that spelling, Troy. I tell you, everybody, I love Weed Live every 9 p.m. Eastern Time, every single night. There is a smoke sesh going on over there. So if you are a cannabis connoisseur, an enjoyer of the weed, of the buzz, this is the place to go. Hello there, Allie. Beautiful Allie is out there. Oh, the love of my life, the most amazing woman I've ever known. She is awesome. Lady Wolverine, peace and love, Lady Wolverine. Thank you for swinging by. Is everybody having a good Monday? Justine, Justine. Yes, I just started, Justine. I just started. I'm getting ready to have my first motivational joint of the day. So it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. I feel like it's gonna be a good day. I feel like this is gonna be a good week. We did our, we brought a victory for the Bills. Those of you that are enjoying the insane crap that we're doing over there for the Bills. We had our puff rally on Saturday. The Bills won again. That's two in a row that we've won for them. And that puff rally, I'm not sure how, but that thing's got over 120 views. I don't get that many views on my lives. And apparently it keeps going out today. I think all those Bills fans are like, hey, we got to find out who's responsible for all these wins that are coming our way, especially after we see what Josh Allen is doing. And they found it. They found that it is the Puff Rally. Buffalo, burn one for the Bills. Everybody, we're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now because next week it's the Indianapolis Colts. I'm burning one for the Bills, everybody. There's your victory. I am making it happen right now. And I like being that person who claims the victory for him. Everybody else, oh, we're the 12th man on the team, we're the crowd, we're all this. That's important. I think it's important also to have people with some sort of mental powers like me and with weed like me to be able to deliver those victories. And that's what we have going on. It's going to be a good week. I've got another one scheduled, another puff rally scheduled for Saturday night. Anybody that wants to join in, it's basically an open panel so people can come up and give their vibe and energy and smoke for the Bills and a victory for the Bills. That's what we've got going on. That's what we're doing. So it's you about to go to a walk buying butter. Oh, she needs butter. Everybody, Allie has been doing baking. I don't know if anybody has watched any of the baking streams that Allie has gotten into, but she has gotten to where she is just really into that. And I had a request, and we're making that happen. Churros. We're gonna make churros. She's actually working on some other stuff right now. I think some focaccia bread, some more focaccia bread. She made she made these croissant rolls. Some were filled with cheese, some were filled with chocolate, some were just plain, just delicious. Everybody was raving over those. So she's doing that. She's doing Hawaiian rolls. There's several different things that she's got going. I think she's got 27 recipes that she's planning for this cooler air season. During the winter months when you can bake, when you can, it's too hot. During the summer, it's just too hot a lot of times to do that. You don't want the oven heating the place up, all that other stuff. So the winter months and when it's cooler out and you want those snacks, you want that sugar because you're not getting enough sunlight because the friggin' sun goes down too early in the day. That's that's what she's doing, and I love it. I love that exuberance, that energy, that good feel that she's got going on. Oh, you're not doing the Hawaiian rolls? They want something different. Isn't that always the case? Isn't that always the case? I'm sure whatever it is going to be wonderful, honey. She is doing a great job. She is doing an absolute great job with all of that over there. And I'm going to end up making that I'm going to end up making those churros along with her. I'm going to end up making those churros along with her. Then do it. What does then do it mean? What did I've said so many different things. I'm not sure. Oh, probably the thing that I texted. Yes, that is. We're making that happen, please, please. Oh, everybody, it's a good day. I wanted to get one of these in. I didn't get up early enough to do it in the morning. I considered doing a coffee with Wes at. It was going on close to 6 a.m. It was after 5 a.m. and I was awake, and I was thinking, do I just stay awake today? Do I just go ahead and do an early morning coffee with Wes, get those hours in? Because this show is basically for me to get a buzz, for me to get some hours in, stay active, tell people what we've got going on this week. So far, the only thing I've got going on is the Saturday night puff rally, but that should be a good time. It went 2 hours last week, which kind of surprised me. I had a great time with all the people that came up on the panel. I'm hoping there's going to be more people coming up on the panel this Saturday. Hoping some new Bills fans. I saw some people that have subscribed to me. I got 3 subscribers off that thing. I don't know how that happened, but some new people, some Bills fans or weed fans, either one, as long as it's positive energy. For all the amazing baked goods, go to Allie. Yeah, I want to show that. I want to put that up. Baked goods, baked goods artwork. Just her amazing art. That is, I have the thing that I had put together here for the burn one for the Bills, but that is using their logo. You can't get by. The NFL's never going to put up with that logo being used during on a T-shirt. I think we need a burn one for the Bills T-shirt so we can be selling those next Saturday at the Puff Rally. Get all those Buffalo fans, get them all wearing their burn one for the Bills, because that's it's not like I'm actually gonna watch a game. I still haven't watched any football games this year, and I'm gonna be a football fan without watching the game. That is my plan. It's what makes me unique and different from the rest. But it turned into a really good time and a fun time, and I haven't been able to get the music thing and feel steady about that. Uh, so an open panel, I don't feel so bad if something happens to the open panel. But if I've got musicians that I'm supposed to have coming up and play, and something happens and I can't do that, that kind of sits wrong with me. And so I haven't been scheduled. I'd love to do the Thursday evening early, the Thursday music vibe. I'd love to, and maybe this week I'll have that. But where I invite some other people to get up and play music along with me, and and then that puff rally on Saturday. And then if there could be some sort of comedy, if we could do another Live High or Die or whatever we end up naming it, I kind of feel motivated to make some intros. I threw together an intro for the Puff Rally that basically is a song, "Burn One for the Bills." Do you want to get high? Do you want to get high? Do you want to get high? And burn one for the Bills. Put that thing together real quick, and that was kind of fun. I felt good about it, and so I may want to do one for the music vibe. I may want to do one for Coffee with Wes, but get back into beefing things up. I need to order some memory. I have to order some memory for my machine. I'm not doing any of the Watch Me works right now because I only have 32 gig in this machine. Uh, 32 gig, it used to have 64, but 32 gig, half of the memory chips, well, they just up and disappeared. I know who took them out, but I don't know what happened with them. So they're probably destroyed, I would guess, with everything else. But so I only have 32 gig. That's why I can't be running Premiere without it really messing up my camera and running After Effects. I used to be able to do all those things and have everything rendering and everything be good. Well, it runs like a dog bone now because of that. So I've got to order some more memory for the machine, get that brought in. I have to I have to order a mixer because I am not going to go through all the work that it takes to make those churros with just a bowl and spatula. I at least want a mixer to do that work. I wanted to get a deep fryer, but Allie says no. Allie said no. You've got to do what I'm doing. You're just going to use a pan with oil. So I'm going to use a pan with oil so that I go along with the instructions I've been given and how things have to go. But I'm looking forward to making those churros. We got that. I have a hand mixer, but I don't have the attachments that I would need for the. I just have it's the real cheap. I think I got it at Dollar General or something for $10. I there are hand versions of mixers that aren't too bad that I was looking at, but I might want to get one with a stand and pay. I'm not getting one of those $400 ones. I don't even think I'm going to get 100. I think I found one for about 50 or $60 that that'll do the trick for me. That'll do what I need and everything along those lines. So that it's got the there's the pin thing, the kneading pin or whatever. It's got the different attachments. That way I don't wear myself out mixing. And she's got a mixer, so if I'm doing stuff along with her and she's done in 4 minutes and I'm done in 20, it's not gonna make for good video. It's gonna be kind of bad. But I want to have things set up in the kitchen, and so the two of us can actually do the baking in two locations, and both of us see how it all turns out. I know the decent those KitchenAid mixers, those things you look at those and it's like, oh, this is I the knockoffs of them. I wanna find something that's yeah, it's not gonna last. But if things will improve money wise. Right now, I don't want to put the money into something larger and all that. And I'll wait until I I'll wait until I get to Buffalo to make sure the kitchen there in Buffalo has a nice one because I feel like there's going to be a lot of baking and things going on in that kitchen. I could be wrong. Maybe she'll be like, "Oh, I'm tired of cooking. I just want to eat out." And so then I'm going to have all this stuff in the kitchen, but we're just going to be ordering food. It could turn out that way. I never know. She might find another interest and the cooking will take up too much of her time. And I don't want to ever stop any of her interest. If she gets into learning about something and takes up a new hobby, I just have to let her go with it. I have to let her go with it. Exactly. Exactly. You just never know. Uh, so I wanna make sure that we're all set regardless of how it turns out. But I'm totally prepared for you to get into chainsaw sculpting or something along those lines. So we got to get you those the small hand chainsaws and that way you can be doing what you need to do for sculpting if that's what you're marble. Get you the chisels. You'll be out there doing that. Gemma, peace and love, peace and love. They don't always need paintings. They always need to eat. We need paintings though. We do. Everything in our world is graphic. Everything in our world. You can't go outside. People choose the design of their house, the color of their homes, the colors on their cars, the aesthetic design of the car, buildings, all the signs, all the different things that are there to grab our eye and our focus and all that other. So I really feel that yes, people need to eat, but in our world, in our commercial world, in the U.S. at least, and the connected environment, so many of us have so much eye candy all day long. Whether it's a painting, a graphic, whatever it is, whether it's a stylized font, we are we are being given images. We are being given images to evoke a feel. Uh, it could be one of the things that why people are so fucked up, because we got stuff evoking feel all day long. We have things constantly hitting us to make us either sad, mad, happy, whatever the case may be, whatever the agenda somebody is pushing. Whether it's to sell us a product or sell us a person, to get us all to back this person or that person. Everybody's unloading. Emotion, new soul, peace and love, peace and love. I was lurking and listening, got that shared out and everything. Saw you were playing playlist number 3 over there. Anybody that likes good music and some good soul. Emotion, new soul is the place to go. Bringing it with that voice and the keys, playing live, and some great pre-recorded stuff. Just definitely worthwhile. He's been over to G Maze a couple times, but and I've been up with him along with Jordan. He just brings it. He just brings it. Always love the vibe. Always love the vibe. And anybody that wants to, I see Gemma dropped her link. Anybody that wants to drop their link so other people can get connected, you can type in hashtag awesome in the chat, AWESOME. You can't spell awesome without Wes. It's kind of neat, right? That you can put that in the chat. Nightbot, drop your link. Get connected to one another. You're all content creators. Most everybody here is. If you're not actively doing it, you're thinking about doing it. If you're not actively doing it, you are considering doing it because it's just fun. It's just fun, and everybody should express themselves. Everybody needs to find an outlet to express themselves, to find some way to to put themselves out there. It's a good growth thing. It's a good communication, and you meet some good people. Now you meet some not so good. It's just like everything else, but it's easier to ignore the not so good people when they don't live next door. When they don't, when they're not in your town or at your work or something like that. That's why I like online life. I don't live in an area with great people. There's a lot of people with some issues. There's a lot of people with some issues, some hate. There's so much hate. Oh, I can't handle the hate. Oh, gee, peace and love. Cheers, my friend. Hey, and thank you again. Thank you again for helping to bring that victory to the Bills. We got like 70 or 80 views that day, Saturday. That thing is up to 120 views right now. Actually, in analytics, last time I looked at it, it was at like 134 or 135. I think it's being shared out with Bills, people that follow football, people that follow either Miami, because I had all those tags in there, and so people are watching. I'm hoping this Saturday is going to be another good one. I hope you guys are able to make it. I hope you guys are able to make it. It's fun. Burn one for the Bills. I'm not gonna. The only play I saw from that game, from this last week's game, was the interception that Josh Allen threw. Otherwise, I didn't bother to watch the game. I'm not gonna bother to watch any of the football. If we bring them, and again, notice how I'm taking credit for it. If we bring them to the Super Bowl, if the Puff Rally crew, if the Burn One for the Bills are able to bring them to the Super Bowl, I will. I will watch the Super Bowl. I will give that a view. I have not watched a Super Bowl in I don't know how long. It's been a long time because I really don't give a shit. But it's fun, and pretending. It's fun to pretend to be a football fan. Uh, I was a football fan. I love the game. I do love the game of football. I just think there's so much extra and so much other bullshit, and it feels like a placating the masses. We just got everybody rooting for it. It feels like a tool more than anything, and not just the love of the game, which makes sense. Exactly, Josh. And I thought it was funny because I like to say, Eddie, you notice how he threw that right into the receiver's hands. And, everybody's going to blame the receiver. He made it look like it was the receiver's fault. But no, that's how devious Josh Allen is. He makes it look like it's not his fault, and he's really there. He didn't get them to where they had a nice, easy field goal to make there at the end. It was like, okay, I think this is going to be a tie. He didn't expect them to win. He didn't expect them. That worthless Josh Allen. And hey, I'm waiting for Josh Allen to come on the show to defend himself, to let other people know. The Jay Jordan, peace and love, peace and love. Saw you out there on the motorcycle. I, it's warmer down there. I saw you wondering if it was going to start, hitting that electric start. I had a 1980 Goldwing 1100 that in October my car had broken down, and so I was having to drive this thing in northern Illinois, and the battery would not on cold nights keep that thing, so I couldn't start it for work. I would push this thing down a hill, and this is an 1100cc Goldwing, big ass bike. I'm pushing this thing and jumping on to try to just pop start in loafers and slacks and what I was wearing for my office job. It was really a good time. Really good memories. That's what I was reminded of when I saw you when I saw you. Oh, is it gonna start? Mine wouldn't make any of that noise in the morning. Mine was much rougher. Uh, Everybody, drop your links. Drop your links to get connected. Oh, look out there. Justine's on top of things, dropping the Jay Jordan's link. Everybody out here, everybody's great content creators. Get connected to one another. You're all beautiful people. Just the Jay Jordan is one of the most supportive people out here. Fantastic. One of the most prolific content creators there is. Between the lives and the shorts and the premieres, all the videos he's putting out. If you want to see someone working it, I mean really working it, check out the Jay Jordan, and look at how many subs he's doing. Just tremendous with the subs, but also look at how much content he's put out. He is cranking out thousands of videos, just amazing. Hey, Rabbit, peace and love, Rabbit. You've written three. Hey, fantastic, fantastic. Getting into the poetry, getting back into the poetry. Get that stuff. Do your creative things. Everybody, we've got 2 months left of this year. 2 months left of this year, and whether you plan on it or not, near the end of the year, you're going to be looking back. You're going to be looking back, and you're going to be thinking, how was this year? Or what all did I do? What do I want to do better next year? Well, this year's still going. It's November. You got 2 months. Why don't you go ahead and get yourself a head start? Get some things going that you wanted to. Don't wait till the new year. Get started on some things to give you a little bit of a head start, so that when January comes around, you go, you know, I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing. I have turned that corner. I am feeling good. I am applying myself. I'm doing all of that. Do it for yourself now. Do it for yourself now, so that you end this year feeling good and not hopeful, trying to manufacture hopefulness for the following year. Make it happen. Oh, that's right. That's right. It has been mentioned now out there in the chat that yes, there's voting tomorrow. There's been early voting. A few videos. Yeah, you did a few videos. There is early voting, and tomorrow is the vote. Uh, Whatever. Get along with each other. Whatever. Don't just get along with each other. It's the people that friggin' matter. Quit listening to anybody that's going to be telling you anything else. Uh, Stop allowing propaganda and memes to make you hate your fellow man, to make you hate other citizens. Stop being told to hate other people. Stop being told to hate people that grew up different than you, that have a different life than you, that if we all just let go of the hate, and that's we're all taught that. Babies don't have that. You're not born with that. You're not born with that. Babies, oh, you put just groups of babies from everywhere together, and they're babies. They're all gonna, oh, we just function this way. We're designed for it. You end up getting taught to hate. You end up getting taught to fear those that are different from you, because just like with football, you gravitate into a clique, you gravitate into a group, and then you feel belonging, and these groups are pitted against each other by other people whose job it is to pit you against each other. Let go of that. Let go of that, and just, hey, post a picture of a piece of cake. Don't post anything angry. Let go of the anger, and feel it leave your body. Feel the anger leave your body. I I've had a rough year. I've gone through a lot of personal attacks this year, a lot of issues, and I have tried my best. I have tried my best, and I have to say I do not feel as though I dropped the ball in taking the high road. There is, you have to feel okay about yourself, and once you get down there in the mud and start swinging. Who was it? George Bernard Shaw or someone that said never wrestle with a pig, because you're gonna get dirty, and the pig's gonna like it. That's what they want. Those that are slinging the mud, they want you down there in the mud with them. Get out of the mud. There's no happiness in the mud. There's no ha ha, I got that, whatever that moment that you feel like ha ha, I got them. You didn't get anybody. You made yourself look bad. Take the high road. Find that inner peace and concentrate on you, and concentrate on the positives that you have in life, and be who you can be. Don't you don't try to change people. Don't try to do all those other things. Just be you. Be you, but don't harm. Don't harm. Ricky, peace and love, Ricky. Attack, attack, attack. Defend, parry, thrust, spear. Dodge, parry, thrust, spear, thrust. It's the Daffy Duck cartoon, right? Is that what we're... ho, ha, ha, dodge, turn, parry, thrust, spin. I'm trying to remember what it was. A great cartoon, though. The old... It was Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. Porky Pig was Friar Tuck, and Robin Hood. Daffy Duck was pretending to be Robin Hood until Errol Flynn shows up at the end. That's how old this cartoon is. Errol Flynn shows up, and I think it was a colorized version. Oh, there he is. Scotty, vote for women's rights. I got 4 daughters. Have to. You have to. You have to respect. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me is the. And I hate to get political, but having 4 daughters, I have to consider. I have to consider their lives. Because women have only had. It's only been, is it 50, 51 years? They've only had the ability to have their own credit cards. They've only had their ability to have so many different rights, to be able to divorce, to be able to have bank accounts and credit cards in their own name, to be able to make their own decisions about their life. Things that we men never consider. We never, because we're never in that same second class citizen. It wasn't until 1920 that they got the vote. So it's only been 100 years they've had the vote. It and you look at all these misogynistic laws, and just the way it's been treated. That's why I saw someone talking about the good old days, and and people talk about, oh, back in this era or this era. You know how many? It was about the suicide rate. The suicide rate of women uh, dropped 20% in 1973 when women suddenly had at least some rights. Because you have people that are just trapped and there's no way out, and they end up killing themselves, and that is not a desirable outcome. All because of government, because the government's going to tell you what to do. This is this is crap. This is absolute crap. We need to get rid of it. But yes, vote for women's rights. Vote for people. Vote for people. It the leaders, everything being said, and there's so much just hyperbole. You gotta tune it out and just do what's right. Tune it out and do what's right. There's a uh, I if I wanted to just take a butcher knife, and because you could just tear down and chop up either one of the two sides that we're given in this country, the two sides, and we're told what are the hot button things, because that's what is pushed on the news, the agenda, what the hot button items are. You're being told what to care about. People that have never had experience with anything along the lines are saying, "Oh, this is a bad thing. Oh, well, I better get mad about it," and people get mad about it. Uh, and both sides, because they're bought and paid for by the same people, the oligarchy that funds it all. The only thing that keeps me feeling okay about it, it's not gonna matter. AI is gonna take over. AI is gonna take over, and that's just the way it is. I'm not sure. Yeah, but if I can't use birth control and I don't want it, then I shouldn't have to pay. Fair is fair. That sounds like you've got some personal experience going on there. What kept you from using birth control? What kept you from using birth control? Are you Catholic? Is that what it is? Is it the church telling you can't use birth control, Ricky? Who is it keeping you from using birth control? I mean, I know the church and the government and all that want women to not have access. That took a lot for women to get access to birth control, which gave them some body autonomy. Uh, there's a lot. There's a lot to those situations and all that. But no, not the Catholic Church, because I know those Catholics. They're really against birth control. I remember when I told a friend of mine when we were young teenagers, he was saying something about getting laid, and I gonna get rubbers. I said, "You're Catholic. Your family's Catholic. You can't use us." What? He had no idea. He hadn't been paying attention, and then he was real conflicted because that's how. Oh, I'm gonna let down the church if I use rubbers and everything along those lines, and things didn't turn out well for him. I remember there was one day he was just left in the car throwing up on himself. That's what happens when you listen to the church. You end up sitting in the back of a car throwing up on yourself. I can't help you. That's just the way. Oh, this? Shouldn't a man have the right not to pay child support and not? I I don't know. I don't know. Is it would there be a blanket rule that applies to all, or is it on a case by case level? Uh, you did willingly put it in there, right? You did willingly put it in there. Uh, if I there you go. If it was willingly put in there and you perform the act, you perform because the act is there to create life. That's what the act is. It's so good, but its function is to create life, and so it is kind of a risk you're taking. They do make robots. They do make apparatuses that you could stick it in that don't get pregnant. So you have that option. I don't know though, because if you didn't want the woman to have it, let's say the woman, you both had it and she wants it, that's yeah, and there are a lot of issues with our courts that are slanted that aren't there to take care of the situation. They're just there to throw somebody responsibility for funding, uh, because of so much public funding that goes into different areas. So that is a that is a interesting situation there. If the woman were to choose to have it and you were against having it, uh, because should you not have that right as well? That that is an argument to be made. That is an argument to be made there. But again, it's an individual argument to be made about a situation and that really is talking about our child support system and the issues. There are support groups, men that don't get to see their children that are being raised by an irresponsible parent, and you end up having a bias in courts against men that exists and is perpetuated to this day. So there does need to be some sort of review of responsibilities and other things along those lines. And there are issues that need to be discussed there. It, yeah, but we're not wired for that though, Ricky. We're not wired for that. Everything about that deed is what we're all told to do. Everything about that deed, everything in marketing is telling you to do that deed. Everything in entertainment, every music is telling you to get it on. Movies and television are telling you to get it on. And your parents, we have such a taboo in this. It's kind of like alcohol here. In Europe, everybody grows up with beers and all that stuff at the house, and they don't have all the binge drinking fucks like we do here. We have this. They have the functional alcoholics where we have binge drinking fucks that create problems. We don't handle things right because we treat it as a taboo and we treat everybody as a child until they're 18 years old, as opposed to allowing them to do apprenticeships and other things along those lines, and realize that they're not a child until they're 18. Our mankind has never been that. That is a number and a thing that has been brought about here with work and labor laws and different stuff that are actually being looked at changing. I remember working at 9 years old and realizing I'm not legally able to work till 14, but I'm so glad for the opportunity to have done it, and been able to do it. 710, peace and love, peace and love. 12 stages. That's that, and that Scotty brings up a good point. Oh man, we are hitting the topics tonight, and I am dancing. I am dancing around them. Now that I'm gonna come out and say it. You tell me what a better death is. Tell me what a better death is. Tell me how you want to die. Because if the ultimate of least agonizing and no fear and everything else, in the womb. In the womb, it's the most merciful because every one of you is gonna die. Every one of you watching right now is gonna die. Every one of you is gonna have fear. Every one of you is gonna have all the anxiety about your loved ones, about missing everybody, about all this other stuff. Maybe it's a car accident. Maybe it's a long terminal illness. Maybe it's something. That all those things are there. Uh, you know what doesn't have any knowledge of the world around it and doesn't have all that to suffer? In the womb. In the womb. You don't have those attachments. You don't have this world. You don't have all this other stuff. It's the most merciful. Am I saying I I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. I see the problem with other people trying to tell people what to do. Now, yes, you're gonna have some people that are just, instead of bothering to use any birth control, are just gonna use that. But you know what small ass percentage that is of the necessary procedures? Do you know what a small fucking percentage? So Don't bring that up as the example because it's not the norm. There was a woman that died in, did she die in Texas here this last week because the doctors would not treat her with the miscarriage she was having because the doctors could end up going to fucking jail. And so this woman ends up dying from the complications. That's what happens. That's what happens when you try to, as a society, make these rules. And it was that, and it was never an issue. Even in the Bible, it tells you the religious people. It tells you how to get rid of a child in the Bible. How the clerics. It is a procedure. It always has been. It's this fucking Puritan fucking country, the religious right, that's really making us view things as though some blanket horseshit. And once you mix religion and politics, you are fucked. There's nowhere to go once you mix religion and politics. You are fucked. Every country has been fucked that has mixed religion and politics. You want to hang out at Kabul? You want to hang out over in Iran or any of these other areas that used to be modern, but then the people all started to follow these enigmatic leaders, these religious leaders, and all that other stuff. Next thing you know, fucking society sucks. Society sucks. You're walking around, women in burqas. Who wants to fucking see a burqa? Not I. I don't like that. I want colorful outfits. I want nice fun, and I want to see a leg every now and then. That's why I didn't like going to Salt Lake City. There's no legs to look at. But no, this there we go. I'm against the church's influence in our politics. And I have people that will defend it. I have people that talk about, because this is not. We are so far from a religious society. The number of signers on the Declaration that were all deists. They weren't atheists. They weren't Christians. They can see the horror that has been done by the organized religion. And so they were deists. They don't have an answer. They believe there's something there. There's something going on. But the thing is, you don't make rules about it. You don't bring it into. There has to be that separation. You look at the Puritans. Everybody knows about the Puritans that came over here to escape religious persecution there in England. And I always ask people that are on the far right, that are pushing for it, I always say, who was it that persecuted them? Who was it they were running from? Who was it that kept them from worshiping the way they wanted to and living the lives the way they wanted to? It wasn't Muslims. It wasn't Jews. It wasn't atheists. It was the state-sponsored, the state-approved Church of England. It was other Christians. And there are so many different sects of Christianity. I've got neighbors. I was in a band. The band I made a cartoon of, Benny and Jason, the two people there, they had serious arguments as to whether or not you were allowed to play music in a church, because the one played music in his church. He was a guitarist in the church. Benny's church, the only instrument allowed is the voice. And anything else is, that's Satan worship. You jump right to Satan worship. And so they're both telling each other that they're wrong. Both believing in the same friggin' book, the same thing, reading it opposite. There is no fucking way you're going to run a country that way. The only people that would ever want to mix the two are people that are out to control. They're people that are out to take advantage. They're out to exert power, to show that they have power. Religious leaders are that same way. I don't care how big the church is or small the church is. And so it is a foolish thing. It is I don't learn shit from history. I'm going to mix my religion and politics together. You are ignorant of history if you do that. It's just not the way. Tax those fucking churches. That's where I'm going next. If I keep talking about churches, I'm going to tax the churches, because that's going to get me going. Oh, let me. If I haven't run everybody off. I haven't run everybody off. That's awesome. Yeah, religions have been the number one thing that drove me from it was religions themselves. Well, that and reading the Bible. That if a woman aborted a child behind your back, well, and those are those gray areas. Those are those. But I don't consider life to be that fucking precious. There's 8 billion fucking people. None of us matter. We're all little cogs. We're trying to create our own purpose, our own, what we are needed for, why we're here. We're all trying to figure that out and make it up as we go along. Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody fucking matters. It's the Rick and Morty. So we're not that special. Life isn't that special. Life is over like that. Every life ends. Everybody dies. Everything dies. Let go of it all. Let go of it all. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. There you go. There's my rant. There's my rant the day before the election, and it's going to be interesting to see. Already seeing people claiming, and I got so tired of hearing it last election because all the court cases, no evidence, zero fucking evidence, loony fucking people making crazy fucking statements who've been found guilty in courts for it. Fox News is entertainment as they defend themselves in court. Nobody would consider this to be actual news. This is entertainment. It's not news. That's what they're relying on. You have bought the butter. Allie has bought the butter. I feel better. I feel better. I feel better. Europa. It would be nice. It would be nice. It depends on whether or not AI is going to allow us to. Whether or not AI is going to allow us to still be around. AI is going to be in a couple of years. That's why I'm not as worried about it. They're building all the robots, getting that. Musk, Musk will be a problem. I figure he's going to be a problem. Whatever he's going to do. Jesus, he's giving him. Hey, if you sign this petition, a random winner is going to be picked. $1 million a day. It's like so dead on the nose. Fucking buying elections. Fucking illegal as hell. Just does it. Just does it. Because what are they going to do? Fine him? They never lock these people up. They just fine people with money, and the fines are less than. It's like Johnson and Johnson and all the money from the opiates and all the other stuff. The fine was nowhere near. Even in the $1 billion range, a fine is not going to remove the $10 billion profit. All the other things. So it's laughable. Nobody's there. It's just getting so negative, isn't it? This is the day before election. This coffee with Wes went off the rails. This coffee with Wes went south quickly on me here. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta start to wonder about that sort of thing. But no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because no matter who, no matter what, it's just gonna be something to watch. It's sad, whatever will happen. If we lose our friggin' democracy, uh, with the slippery slope of both sides, this I don't want to get into personal attacks on the individuals, but everybody sucks. They all suck. Whoever you're voting for sucks. Whoever you're voting for sucks. Be okay with that, and you will be okay with life, as long as you realize that they all suck. But that's tomorrow, and for the next 2 months, is it going to be just how is that going to play out? How are the ratings going to be? Is that going to be the big freaking thing that we're all told to pay attention to for the next couple months? I'm not gonna bother. I'm not looking forward to it. Michelle, Makeup Mom and Sons, peace and love, peace and love. Everything's gonna be AI. I am convinced after really thinking it through There's no spacefaring life form that is not going to have headed down the computing direction that doesn't have mastery of that and would not be creating an artificial intelligence. If we meet anything out there, it's going to be AI. If we end up going out there, it's going to be AI. If they keep any of us humans alive, great. I hope the funny ones. That's why I'm kind of honing my, because Google just said 25% of the code is written by AI now. Being a computer programmer is depressing as hell because the program writes itself. The code is writing itself. So that's a little bit of a downer. Well, Republic, Democratic Republic, all of them fall. Everything falls, and it really it depends on the people. And when you think about it, the people in this country, we are so, and it's not their fault. We're not designed to all be able to discern the lies, discern the propaganda. Propaganda works. You put imagery in front of people, you put statements in front of people, and you're going to get the responses you want. It's Pavlovian. It's a thing that happens. So you're never going to beat it. AI is our only hope. I'm hoping AI because otherwise we are going to end up having this shadow oligarchy. The people that actually fund both sides of our republic, our representative government, where they make sure there is no independent making their way anywhere close to the prize or anything along those lines. I hear people say that it's just both sides. Remember, Obamacare, we didn't get what the rest of the world has. We didn't get any single payer with Obamacare. They kept every one of the middlemen in place. They made sure that that everybody that's making money off of our health, that's where they're making their profit. They made sure everybody making money off of our health kept their hands in line. Made sure that money was flowing through their hands as well. All of it. So it's not as though the that party has given us the enlightenment. That party wouldn't allow the actual winner of the Bernie got robbed. I'm just going to say Bernie got robbed. There was no way that they were going to have someone that wasn't going to play ball, and Bernie's not a guy that plays ball. There were no way they were going to have him win the prize and be the nominee. That's how we ended up with the last two elections. With it was just a given that it was supposed to be Hillary, and then we got to pull somebody out of the fucking woodwork who doesn't even want to run and we don't need, but because we got to find someone, because Bernie was out ahead. All the other progressives, you had this field of Democrats that. It was like none of these are really playing ball, and so they had to bring a company man in, who there's no way everybody was like, okay, Biden's here, now we're voting for Biden. They didn't win the primary, and did you know the primaries don't have to? There's no legality about it. The DNC can choose whoever they want. They don't have to count a single primary vote. They don't have to give a fuck about anything. That was proven in court down with Wasserman Schultz down in Florida. It was like, yes, you gave Hillary the nominee, you railroaded Bernie. And they admitted, yes. And the judge said, yes, this happened, but they did nothing wrong because it's not legally binding. Nothing the party does is legally binding. So they don't even have to count the votes. So we're being given the candidates that the oligarchy wants in place. That's the way it is. You're gonna get high. You're gonna get high there, Allie. I appreciate you hanging out emotion. Everybody get connected to one another. Ban lobbyists, it's so big though. How do you do it? There'll be nobody put on a ticket who won't play ball. And so nobody's ever going to put term limits in place. Nobody's ever going to remove dark money. They make sure that all those loopholes are there. Citizens United, corporations are people. Fuck that noise. Teddy Roosevelt would burn Washington, D.C. down right now just to solve the problem because it is so bad. The money has taken over corporations, and the bottom line and the GDP is more important than people. And that is not how you run a country. That is not how you profit. That's how all our jobs are all overseas, and they're not coming back. They're not coming back. Sad but inevitable. It and all of them will. Governments devolve into because the will of the people, and the people can be manipulated. The people can be fed propaganda, and they can be fooled by somebody with some riz. They can be fooled by to believing somebody who does a good job of talking, and it doesn't mean that they're a good person whatsoever. But they'll believe and follow them along, and that's how people just all jump together and band together and make bad decisions. AI, just 5 years, 10 years, everything's gonna be different. I can't fix it. I'm not, and I let go trying. It's not important. It's not important. It's all happening. Wasn't it France? Well, I mean, early though. Early, the Greeks. We were still landowners and everything. You had to give rights. You have to, because they studied the people. You had philosophers. You have people looking at the human experience and what it is to be a good person. What it is. All that deep thinking. You gotta love all that deep thinking. Mob rule. Exactly. Mob rule. So so having some sort of rule isn't necessarily a bad thing. To be honest, half the Carlin said it best. Think about average intelligence. Think about average intelligence, which isn't that bright. Isn't that freaking bright? Half the people are dumber than that. In order for that to be average, half the people are dumber than that. So it's not like we're just all geniuses out here. And if you can get enough people in your tent, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you have might beats right. That's just the way it is. It's all very depressing. It's why I take drugs, and it's why I drink coffee, and it's why I do comedy to try to laugh about it. Because when I think about it, and I think about how bad and corrupt and everything it really is, it's like the song Tobacco Road: blow it up and start all over again. I I don't see how you move forward. And none of the people that are talking about right now, we're gonna tear this down. No, you're just all you're gonna do is tear it down. Anybody looking to take power, anybody looking to put rules in place, fuck, it's all just bad. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Uh, it's a close race. It depends on who gets more people to go out, uh, and it depends on the electoral college and how all that gets worked, and then it depends on how long they can get the court cases. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't have been like this last time. It shouldn't have been like this last time. But we got some shady shit going on, and so we're just gonna ride through this. I feel bad for my children, for whatever is to come, but we all end the same way. We all die. So maybe we all leave here and we all go back to the machine elves, and we all hang out in DMTville and go, oh, wasn't that a wild ride? What a crazy world. Could all be a could all be a simulation where they're going back to the birth of AI and seeing, oh, look how it was. Look how this is how it happened. This is all how it happened. And we're all just running on some future person's machine where they're looking back, historical AI. This is how it began. That'd be awesome. I don't know. I don't know. I'm planning on continuing to get high this day. Look at this. I've made it an hour. Look at this. I've made it an hour. Most people would be like, well, you got 13 people hanging out. You should keep going. Nah. Nah, I need to move on. I need to get this day going. I want everybody out there, make this day a good day. Make this day a good day. Be good to somebody. Make someone smile. Make someone feel good. That way you'll feel good. Be good to others. Treat others the way you would hope to be treated. And don't let the world tell you who to hate. Don't let the world fill you with hate. Love. Love is what you need to do. Just all of this is beyond our individual control. Learn to love. Learn to love and be a part of it. Michael Songs, peace and love, peace and love. Everybody, I have delivered my message of love. Now I am going to depart. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.